Welcome back. Week 6. Kind of feel like I need to start off this show with like a little moment of silence for everybody's fantasy teams.
Please.
Ready? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Man, the injuries just continue. I have a feeling this is just going to be a weekly, occurrence that, there's going to be a stud that goes out every week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's like depressing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it's exciting, even if you played against one of these guys, because you feel bad that the guy actually got hurt. But I mean, deep down inside, you're like, yes,
right, yeah,
which is kind of bad.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's part of the game. I mean,
we don't like them to get hurt. We just like them to score points against us.
At least score before they get hurt.
Yeah, sure.
If you're gonna,
yeah. Welcome back, guys. Week 6, waiver wire. Got a few injuries to cover. Some waiver wire people to go out there and try to take advantage of. Mm-hmm. There's not that one guy this week that you need to go grab and spend huge amounts of fab money for, but there are some people.
Yeah.
I got some bye weeks. Got Buffalo, Cincinnati, Dallas, and Seattle this week on bye. So want to make sure if you have any of them in your lineup, pull them out because they ain't going to score this week.
No.
Nothing's going to happen for
it's hard to do.
Joe Mixon ain't going to score this week.
No.
Russell Wilson, he ain't scoring either. Mm-mm. So get those guys out of your lineup. We'll hop right into some of the injuries. Go back and forth on that a little bit. Travis Kelce, he got his bell rung.
Yeah.
He got kicked it in the head.
And he was balling.
He was He was on pace for a huge, huge game.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, I think it was like 8 to 10 targets there just on the first couple drives.
Yeah.
All the Travis Kelce owners they were looking for him.
Yeah.
Consistently. Went out with a concussion just before halftime. Still had just under 100 yards receiving.
Yes.
Which, is great, especially in PPR. He was balling. He had 8 catches for 96 there in the first half. So that's almost like an old school Jason Witten line.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's out with concussion. He didn't come back the second half. Something we'll have to watch. They said he was having memory issues.
Man,
he went to the sideline and remembered everything. And when they took him in the back, he didn't remember.
Right.
That's a problem.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of an issue.
Yeah, you got to remember what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So I look at it this way, though. If Devontae Adams can get hit like he did and come back and do what he did,
man,
Travis Kelce probably all right.
Yeah.
Be all right. Bilal Powell. He wasn't doing a whole lot anyway. He went out with a calf injury. Forte already dealing with the toe injury. I guess that kind of leads into, we're not going to say his name yet, but you kind of can probably figure than somebody who's on the waiver wire list.
Right, yeah.
Problems in New York for the Jets. I think it was just an overall New York problem in general.
Yeah,
There's something in the water, in the air.
I don't know.
I don't know if this has ever happened before. The New York Giants lost all 4 of their starting wide receivers.
Yeah. And it'll probably affect the Knicks. They're already bad.
Yeah, they're already bad.
Never mind.
Don't worry about it. Melo's already gone.
Yeah,
it don't matter. But Odell, man, that was disgusting.
That looked ugly, man.
It looked ugly. It looked painful.
Yeah.
He's obviously out. He went directly from the stadium to the hospital to have surgery. That's when you know it's really bad.
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall, ankle injury. No timetable on him yet. Sterling Shepard, ankle injury. It just seems like everybody's ankle was just...
And it was weird. I think it was the left ankle.
On all of them.
Yeah.
On all of them.
What?
Yeah,
I started to feel mine. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, no, that's good.
I'm cool.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be an athletic trainer opening, though, for the Giants.
Yeah.
Somebody don't know how to tape ankles.
Obviously not.
Odell, maybe Marshall had a little bit of help, by the defender. But, this is just, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Somebody who I didn't even put on here, I feel bad, J.J. Watt.
Oh, I know it.
He doesn't really affect fantasy too much, but it's just hard to see guys like that go down. Everybody's got to be a fan of J.J. Watt.
Oh, yeah, he's a good dude.
Matt Stafford. Man. He was bloodied. He was limping. He looked like he got hit by a car.
Yeah, or Mike Tyson.
Or something. He looked like he was just done for by the end of the game. Saw him limping, leaving the locker room. That's something to watch because a few different ways. If Stafford doesn't play, not only does that lower the value of the receivers, but Abdullah,
Golden Tate.
All those guys. I mean,
Ebron.
Ebron, You could have Joe Montana out there, and Ebron's still going to drop it. Terrence West. Mm-hmm. He went out with a left calf injury.
Yeah.
I mean, that backfield is already a mess. Mm-hmm. Maybe this kind of helps the backfield a little bit. Maybe. I mean, we'll have to wait and find out. Devontae Parker, also an ankle. Mm-hmm. Jay Cutler can't seem to find anybody open anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
He looked horrible.
Dude, I think it's Matt Moore time.
I think it is too, which is sad. But even watching the games yesterday on Twitter, and everybody's like, well, give him a little bit of credit. He was retired. All right, I get that, but if you're going to come out and just take the money and not even try, then the team needs to see that.
Exactly.
They have to see that.
Yeah. You can't, and that kind of leads into my other segment that we're going to talk about later about retired guys mentally, but still out there playing. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll leave him for the end.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Lastly, major one, Charles Clay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a big pickup over the past couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I know we were preaching to everybody to go pick up Charles Clay.
Yeah.
And he's going to be out for, an undisclosed amount of time now. Waiting to hear the timetable on him, but he'll be unavailable. It's too bad to see. I mean, Tyrod has, nobody left.
Nobody.
Tyrod and Eli are like buddies.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, man, what are you going to do?
I don't know, man.
Do you think we could just find somebody in the stands?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody left in Buffalo or New York. I saw something funny on Twitter this morning that I don't even know if it was real or not. I mean, it's such a bad situation, it wouldn't surprise me that T.O. and Chad Johnson
I heard about that.
Called the Giants.
Yeah. I think Dion was talking about it.
I don't know if it really happened or if they were just joking around.
Hey, why not?
I mean, at this point,
I know a guy that needs to be reinstated, and he could fit in pretty well there.
There's a guy looking for a job, possibly.
Exactly.
A guy that's attached to the Cleveland Browns right now.
Yep. Yeah. It's been sitting on my bench for quite some time.
Years.
Yeah.
Years, multiple seasons.
Come on back, Flash.
That's right. So, hey, we're going to get into the waiver wire targets for this week.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think there is one guy on this list for either one of us that is a clear-cut number one ad for the week. A lot of guys that have a lot of potential that you need to pick up just to stash them. I mean, I wouldn't recommend dropping any studs for these guys, like Amari Cooper or somebody like that. I got that question yesterday.
About Amari?
No, wait a second. Let me go back to that. Did you just go?
I was hoping you didn't catch that.
I caught it. You went,
yeah.
Amari Cooper, could he be dropped? And at this point, I say no.
Right.
Just leave him sitting on your bench. But he's bad. Him and Sammy Watkins both.
Man, yeah.
That's a lot of talent with not a lot of production.
Wasting away, man.
That's
That don't make sense.
No, makes no sense. All right, well, we'll get into the waiver wires. Who you got left, or right there at the top of your list, Mack?
Well, at the very tippy top of the list, I got a guy down here from North Carolina. Yeah. Now let me preference this. I got Ed Dickson. Man, he's been phenomenal for the past 2
Who the hell is Ed Dickson?
Exactly. When I was watching the game, I was like, who is this dude?
It's like Fun just got bigger.
Exactly. Right. But man, he looked great. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to take over, the target share that was left from Olsen, but somebody's got to do it. Kelvin looked pretty good yesterday. Funches, when we talked about him last week, and if you guys hadn't picked him up, definitely go and do that. But Ed Dickson is somebody that you want to keep your eyes on, and if you suffering from a tight end that's on bye this week, he might be a good option.
Maybe. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, we live in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We see the Panthers, and we've seen Ed Dickson on the roster for a couple of years.
Right.
We ain't ever seen Ed Dickson run for 175.
No. Or 5 touches or 5 receptions.
I mean, this is just part of me wants to say, okay, it was just a couple busted coverage plays.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Don't read anything into it. But the way this whole year has been going.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, Mercedes Lewis a couple of weeks ago? And then he comes back out and gets like 1 catch. That's kind of Ed Dickson.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, again, like I said, the game before, he had a decent game as well. So, and I've always said, 1 or 2 times, okay, we'll see. But the third time, it becomes a trend. Mm-hmm. So that's when you really got to pay attention to it. So I would suggest if you, like I said, if you're looking for a tight end or just a project, stash him and see what he does this week. Mm-hmm. If he comes out and has a decent game, Okay. There's a trend.
Yeah. If he doesn't, drop him.
Exactly.
Back to the waivers he goes.
Back to the waivers.
He's probably hardly ever been owned anyway.
Yeah. Hey, but he's looking good so far.
That's right. I mean, everybody this week, though, is talking about, I knew Ed Dickson was going to go off. No, you didn't.
Exactly.
Nobody know about Ed Dickson.
No.
I'm going to go out to San Francisco, running back Matt Breida. Okay. This is somebody that's probably been discussed on every waiver wire show by every channel for weeks now, that he's the clear-cut handcuff to Hyde. And Hyde's injuries are starting to pile up. I mean, he's never played a full season. I think I saw something yesterday. He hasn't had more than 150 touches in a year.
Wow.
And he was on pace for 330. So that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Matt Breida is a solid talent. Yesterday, 10 carries, 49 yards, 3 receptions for 22.
Yeah.
He didn't flash. Right. But I think what you're starting to see in San Francisco is a little bit of a timeshare. They're going to try to rest Hyde a little bit. Heck, it wouldn't surprise me if Hyde misses a week or two here coming up.
Yeah.
Just to get him back to health, because they need Carlos Hyde. I don't think they have any chance of winning anything this year.
Right.
But I don't think they're tanking either. No. They want to win, and Hyde is one of their best offensive targets. So Matt Breida is going to start developing a little bit more of a role. Yeah. He's quick. He's powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Good talent. They like him there. They drafted him. That's their guy.
Yeah.
Hyde's in a contract. You're trying to keep his job. Breida wants to take it.
Yeah.
So Matt Breida, he's something you need to watch out for.
And that's a good point. with the contract issue, if they see a young talent, who's producing just as well, they may say, well, hey, okay, we're not going to pay a guy who's.
They need to see what they have in him.
Exactly. And, somebody who's consistently, hurt. And you got Breida who's healthy and who can produce and have just the same amount of effect. So, I like him as well. I'm going to tell you a guy, man, that I like. And he's really, really been proven that, hey, maybe we don't need Andrew Luck right now.
Whoa.
Jacoby Brissett's been looking pretty decent, man.
He's been looking all right. He's been looking better.
Yeah. Well, yesterday, 314 passing yards, 14 yards rushing, and he had a TD. The rushing part of it, as we see, there's a trend, established now with a lot of these young quarterbacks. Look at Watson, he's doing well. Cam starting to look like the Cam of old. I'm not putting Jacoby in that arena.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, but somebody's looking for a weekly buy stash or somebody they can put in. Jacoby's not a bad option.
Yeah, and I think we got at least another 4 weeks before Luck comes back.
Yeah, if he comes back.
And that's the whole thing is that's the talk. If Brissett's doing great, they're not going to rush Luck.
No. And did you see T.Y. yesterday?
T.Y. looked pretty good,
man. So they got talent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Another guy we're going to talk about later. So they've got a lot of talent on that team. But yeah, I like Jacoby a lot, and like I said, he could be a really good bye week. Candidate.
Well, we'll talk about that other guy right now.
Okay.
Marlon Mack.
I like it.
Marlon Mack looked good yesterday. Yeah. He came out. He was running hard. Gore, I think the last time I checked, he's going to be 312 years old this year.
Him and Methuselah are probably.
They're right. They're close. It's coming up here pretty soon. I like Gore. I've always liked Gore.
Yeah.
But Gore is just getting old.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And Mack, 9 attempts for 91 yards and a touchdown. They couldn't contain him yesterday.
Dude, yeah.
Now, I don't think Marlon Mack is going to come and just take the job.
Right.
They're going to give it to Gore still, but that's going to get closer and closer to a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
And Mack is just going to get more and more opportunity as the year goes on. Because let's be real, the Colts aren't going to be winning the title this year. So it goes to the same thing kind of with Breida. They want to see what they have with Mack.
Yeah.
With Gore ahead of him. So, Marlon Mack, definitely a good bench stash. Not somebody you can pick him up and start right away, but he's somebody definitely to keep your eyes open for.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, this next guy, we talked early in the show about the injuries that's plagued the Giants. Mr. Evan Engram. And we you got me with that one. I wouldn't expect that.
He had 0 catches yesterday.
Okay, but
he almost made the segment at the end of the show that everybody likes.
I agree.
What the?
Right. But see, we're forward thinking here at the Headliners. Some people call me the fantasy prophet.
Self-proclaimed.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my reasoning behind this guy. There's targets that are out there. Again, we don't know when Shepard's coming back. He's got a high ankle sprain. He's a great candidate as well if he comes back and plays to the level that he left at, and with Marshall as well. Evan Ingram's going to get multiple targets. They don't have anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Eli's looking around like...
You mean Roger Lewis isn't the answer in New York?
Please, whatever you do. I know it's a lot of other quote-unquote experts out there that are, touting this guy. And, I mean, he could be okay.
He's going to be solid. He's going to be a wide receiver 3 or 4 on your fantasy team. Yeah. Probably closer to a 4. Mm-hmm. He's not going to come out and beat Odell Beckham.
No.
It's just, I mean, just because Odell and Marshall went out doesn't mean that, 40 targets are going to this dude right away. It just doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Because there was a reason that he's 4th on the depth chart.
5th.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. In New York. So,
even he's going, oh, crap.
Yeah, I got to play this week.
I got to start.
Right. But Evan, prior to, this week past, he's shown a rapport with, Peyton. Eli.
I mean, Peyton would have been a better option.
They need Peyton.
I think Peyton at 40 is better than Eli.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Yes, but Eli has plenty of up until now. He's had plenty of opportunity.
Yeah.
And he was doing great the last 2 weeks. He had decent games.
Yeah.
But, not now.
I'd almost rather have Archie Manning. But
if you have Eli now, you probably need to drop him.
Yeah, definitely do that.
This is not somebody you need to hold on to and stash.
No.
But,
Evan, I like him.
Yeah, Evan Engram. I mean, he was my start of the week for tight end last week. Mm-hmm. Let's just get that out of the way real quick since I know people are going to mention it here eventually. Mm-hmm. I mean, leading up to the game, he looked like it. I mean, he looked like he had all the potential, getting 5-6 catches a game.
Right.
It looked like it was his time. Mm-hmm. Apparently it wasn't.
Yeah.
But, hey, you win some, you lose some.
Exactly.
Go out to the other part of the New York football world. The Jets. Elijah McGuire.
Yeah.
He's somebody who probably was added a lot last week because of his big game. Bilal Powell's injury.
Yeah.
Matt Forte's toe. Insert Elijah McGuire.
Yeah.
And he may be in line for a huge workload coming up.
Yeah,
he only had 11 carries, 20 yards, nothing flashy, but he may be the only option.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have any other option. And that's another thing, you got to look at with Bilal Powell. He shows streaks and flashes of somewhat greatness at times, but, man, he can't stay healthy. Mm-mm. He can never stay healthy. So that's the reason why they drafted, Elijah. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Kind of, springboarding off that same topic as far as guys that potentially could get hurt and you need a good handcuff. Kareem Hunt they're running him like a mule.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they've been using him, overusing him. Yeah. I think this past week, the Sunday night game, they started to, and this is where you're going, I think. This is where they started to kind of, let's just scale it back a tad.
Just a little bit. So that's why I'm mentioning Charkandrick West this week. This past game, he had 2 TDs, man. I mean, and
he vultured him.
Yeah,
he's like the John Kuhn.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I hate John Kuhn.
Yeah, John.
Anyway, back to Char West.
But I think they're going to start using him more, in that third down role. And again, probably, scaling back Kareem's, touches a tad bit because, man, he's just getting a huge workload. Mm-hmm. And, Andy Reid, he's going to continue to run the ball regardless. But like I said, they want him, to be healthy in the playoffs. So, and they're dropping like flies. I mean, Conley just got hurt. Kelsey's in, concussion protocol right now. So they're going to have to, spread the wealth a little bit. And Char West is somebody that you might want to take a look at because I think he's going to be more active in that offense. Mm-hmm. So definitely.
Yep, absolutely.
Give him a look.
Absolutely. Char West. Somebody who's probably gone now on your waiver wire. Yeah. Or he's a lot higher owned than some of these people. But everybody leading up to the week was wondering what was going to happen with Ty Montgomery and Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
All the reports made it sound like Jamal Williams was getting the the carries, and then all of a sudden, right there before the game, about a day or two, it came out that Aaron Jones was the one running with the ones.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones comes out and gets 19 carries for $125 and a touchdown and looked really good.
Yeah.
He looked really good. Now, it was against a depleted Dallas defense.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's out there, killing the best defenses in the league or something, but he looked good. He looked explosive. Yeah. There's reports coming out now that they may rest Ty up and through the bye week. Mm-hmm. Give Aaron Jones a lot of opportunity. I don't think Aaron Jones takes the job from Ty Montgomery.
Right.
But I can see Ty Montgomery going into a role similar to last year, where he's getting 10 carries and 5 receptions a game.
Oh, yeah.
There's word out there, and we didn't put in the injuries of Jordy Nelson dealing with a hamstring issue.
Yeah.
He was still standing on the sidelines in the fourth quarter yesterday. He wasn't in the game, so how bad that is, I don't know. But if that is the case where Jordy is limited and Ty comes back, Ty can go into the slot, Aaron stays in the backfield. Everybody's fantasy lineups are happy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And again, like you said, it was just a tad bit skewed, because Sean Lee didn't play. Mm-hmm. So but this week coming up, they got Minnesota. So we'll see, but again, he's awesome talent, and I think they will use him effectively and even more so now to try to save Ty. So yeah, he's definitely a good
If you have a spot, definitely grab Aaron Jones.
Indeed.
Just don't plan on starting him until you know
for sure
what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if Ty's playing, he's not going to rush for 19 and 125 again. Right. Aaron Jones is not, but he's definitely somebody to pick up and worth stashing.
Yes.
A couple tight ends. I know we've talked about A.S.J., Austin Safarian-Jenkins before, and David Njoku yesterday.
Yeah.
Looked like the reincarnation of Odell on steroids.
Yeah.
Making one-handed catches and grabs everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he only had three catches for 48 yards and a touchdown, but they were nice catches.
Yeah.
They were impressive.
Yeah.
Just somebody to look out for. Mm-hmm. If you got one of the 4 tight ends on bye or somebody who's injured, A.S.J. is a solid, 5-6 receptions a game.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. And he's their red zone target.
Yeah.
So both are decent options. The injury to Terrence West opens up maybe Alex Collins and Buck Allen,
Uncle Buck.
I mean, I don't think anybody knows what's going on for sure with that backfield.
Yeah.
Collins definitely worth a stash if he's not picked up yet. Andre Ellington is somebody else I want to touch on real quick.
Right.
He's not going to carry the ball. No. I think he had -2 rushing yards yesterday.
Yeah.
But this is the second week in a row that he's had 10-plus targets. PPR,
man.
By all means, if this dude is not owned, you need to go pick up Andre Ellington and start him, at least as a flex.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he got 9 receptions for 65 yards. Nothing flashy.
No.
But for a flex play PPR, that's great.
Yeah. It's more than some wide receivers on a lot of teams.
More than Sammy.
Yeah.
It's more than Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
It's more than Golden Tate.
Martavis Bryant.
I mean, we could go on for a while.
Yeah, I mean.
People who are probably in people's starting lineups, this guy's out producing them.
Yes.
Those are the main ones I wanted to put out there for the waiver wire that we wanted to bring up to you guys. One thing for sure, though, is I want to reiterate on Sterling Shepard a little bit. If he's available, go pick up Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
He's the candidate to come back the quickest.
Yeah.
He should be the first of the 3 receivers to come back. And his target share should be ginormous.
Yeah.
He should see a ton of looks. Yeah. So if he comes back, he's healthy. Great stash. And if he's available, nobody's probably going to pick him up because they see that he's injured.
Yeah.
If you got a spot for him, pick him up, throw him in there.
Yeah.
So those are the waiver wire ads for the week. Go out there, see who's available. Hit us up if you have any questions about any of these guys. But now we're going to go into the segment of the week that everybody seems to love.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves this segment. I mean, I think I didn't actually go through and count them. But if I had to guess, I think I probably had at least 15 to 20 comments just alone on this one subject.
Yeah.
And heck, it's fine with me.
Hey.
But we're gonna move right into it. The player of the week. And I know you need a little time.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Give you a moment to compose your thoughts because this one's gonna be good. I'm just gonna sit back and listen to this one.
Yeah, and this is gonna hit home a little bit. Well, excuse me. I get choked up talking about him.
I can tell.
But here's the thing. Okay, this is what we do. and everything like that. And I try to take my heart out of situations. Analytics play a lot into what we do. We process data, so on and so forth. There's a tad bit of luck. We agree. But a lot of information goes into what we do and say. We just don't, just come out with people, especially people that we cheer for outside of fantasy. My player of the week is Mr. Ben Roethlisberger. Mm-hmm. Man, this dude, he had 312 yards.
How many touchdowns did he have?
0.
The goose egg.
The goose egg. And here's the kicker. 5 interceptions.
The hell?
Exactly. And I'm glad you did it because I got so many thoughts swirling in my membrane here. But here's the thing. Like I said, looking back on it, he was a good choice. I know a lot of people probably picked him. I know me and you talked off camera. I went back and forth with Jacoby, Brissett, even Hoyer. I was like, man, I kind of like these guys, but I chose Big Ben, and I think just a tad bit of it had to do with because of me being a Steelers fan since '83, and knowing that Big Ben is at home.
I was born in '81.
Right. Okay. Well, we're not gonna go there, but yeah, all the weapons, everything that he has at his disposal. You just knew this guy was gonna have a decent game at least. Well, that didn't happen. And then I think the thing that really got me at the very end was when and everybody I know has been talking about this, when they were talking to him in the locker room and he was saying something to the effect of, not a official quote, but something like he just don't know if he's got it in him anymore. Well, why in the hell are you playing? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Don't, and this is beyond fantasy. I mean, this, you're looking at these guys potentially could be Super Bowl contenders with all the talent that they have on both sides of the field. They've actually increased and really did well on the defense. They got a lot of additions. Man, these guys on paper should be contending for the Super Bowl. But when you got your leader, the guy who's running the ship on the field, saying that he don't know if he's got it anymore, okay.
You got temper tantrums on the sideline.
Yeah,
but it's locker room issues.
So it's a lot of stuff going on in that locker room. So he's my WTF Player of the week. So if you got Big Ben, and like I said, it pains me to say this, get him off your lineup ASAP. Mm-hmm. Now it could turn around because this is week 6. We got plenty of time left. Yep. But as it stands as today, I don't want him nowhere on my lineup.
Nope.
Nowhere on my
There's
lineup.
A lot of other people out there I'd rather have.
Exactly. So
you good?
I'm good now.
All right, good. Get it off your shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's crazy to watch
terrible.
It. I don't know if I've ever heard an athlete mid-season come out and say something to those effects, but heck, we knew about it in the preseason. He mentioned it in the preseason.
Yeah.
He didn't know if he wanted to play anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise to me. It's kind of a surprise that he chose to play and still feels that way, but...
And then some people may say, well, okay, do you blame ownership? Well, no. I mean, maybe just a tad bit if they felt like they pushed this guy, but still, he's a grown man. Mm-hmm. He has a chance to say, well, I just don't have it. I'd rather sit at home, be a family guy, whatever. But don't get out there and just, get paychecks and you're not doing your job.
Yep. Well, I don't have as much emotional tie to mine. So, I mean, it's kind of like a big letdown when I get to mine. But Ed Dickson, we talked about him earlier as a pickup. Mm-hmm. 5 catches for 175.
Yeah.
I can probably almost guarantee he was barely started, if at all, by anybody.
Yeah.
And if anybody did start him, it's for 2 reasons. One, they didn't know even who he was, and they're just picking names.
Yeah.
Or that they're in huge leagues or 2 tight end leagues or something, and they just didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Ed Dickson, 5 catches for 175.
Man.
Against the Lions. Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not looking for it to happen again, but I was definitely sitting there watching him break off all these big runs. And I remember just I looked over at my kids. I looked at the TV.
Yeah.
Looked over at them, looked back at the TV, and I just said, what the just happened? I didn't say it out loud, though.
Right.
It was in my head.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it in front of the kids, but I was just like, what are you talking? What is going on?
Yeah.
And And I got to just say it's busted coverage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's his skill.
Yeah. No.
He's more of a blocking tight end. He just had himself a career day. Good for him.
Hey.
Great for him.
Yeah.
People are going to go out and just rush to pick up Ed Dickson, the Charles Clay owner or the Jason Witten or Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun with it. Enjoy it. Maybe he'll get some production. Don't expect 5 for 175 again.
Right.
That's probably not going to happen ever again.
But at least you didn't pick up Dwayne Allen this week.
Yeah. If you did pick up Dwayne Allen this week, you are severely depressed. And you will second guess yourself between now and every waiver wire pickup in the future.
Yeah.
Dwayne Allen, I'll pass.
Exactly.
But hey, that's what we got for week 6 waiver wire. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter, Gmail, our website. Ask us whatever questions you got, and we'll help you get your lineup set. Getting a lot of positive feedback from people. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button. We're setting new records for likes every week.
Hey, man, love it.
Loving the likes. So make sure you do that.
Thank you, America.
Thank you, America. We appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Keep hitting that like button. We're in the conversation starting part of getting some shirts made and everything else.
Yeah,
so, hey, all those likes, that's going to help that.
Indeed.
So we appreciate it. Once again, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep. Peace.